data is in terms of three things: volume, variety, and velocity. So volume, first, just the fact that there are larger and larger data sets being measured in petabytes and zettabytes that are now being made available to the enterprise. It means that a different class of tools and techniques have to be used in order to analyze this data. In terms of variety, we're finding that many of these data sets are coming from different locations than in the past. And so as a result, now we need to design this sort of mapping and merging capabilities in order to combine the different data streams in order to generate insight from them. And finally, velocity. Data is being generated at an unprecedented rate. There's actually a recent study that came out of Bain. And what they did is they divided companies up into 5 quintiles based on their analytic capabilities. And then they looked at the outcomes that were being driven by those organizations. And what they found when they compared those with the strongest analytic capabilities to those with the ones that were weakest is that those with the strongest analytic capabilities were 5 times more likely to make decisions quickly as opposed to their competitors. They were more agile. They were able to change course very quickly. They were also 2 times more likely to use that data and information when making those decisions. And so they were taking all different information into account. They were 3 times more likely to execute on the decisions as they had planned. And what's really key is that they were 2 times more likely to have top quartile financial performance. And so again, we're going to work through each step of that 5 big step strategy, and I'm going to explain how they really did this work and how they engaged with their data and ultimately with their workforce. And we did this discovery process. And what that involved is we asked them, what do you think you should be thinking about? What allows people to stay in these jobs longer? What are the key drivers of your attrition? And what we heard were 2 things. One was hiring criteria, and the other was education. And really, they were focused on the point of application and getting the best raw talent in, and they thought that was really what was going to drive positive attrition outcomes. And so by taking the data set that I mentioned before and applying some fairly simple econometric techniques, what we ended up with was a very different picture. The worker characteristics, that dark purple slice in the right-hand slide of the pie, they did account for a portion of their attrition. But it was dwarfed by almost everything else. Company policies and characteristics, macroeconomic pressures, job characteristics, the nature of the job itself. And then the turquoise slide there, that represents their supervisors. And what we found was that their supervisors were driving more of the outcomes than everything else combined. And the effects were staggering. And we even double-checked these results with some of our research partners at Wharton and Yale, and they found the same effects, that supervisor was really the key driver and the key to this whole puzzle.